to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and I am with my beautiful wife, Adrienne.
I was just thinking, I think you say it a little different each time. I don't know. I haven't listened to one of our episodes in a really long time.
You don't listen to our podcast?
I listen while we're recording it.
That's true.
But I used to because the boys would want to listen in the car, but
they're not into this as much as they used to.
Because we don't let them be in it anymore, really. And so
they got their own music that they like to listen to.
But anyways, this is the Dreaming of Disney podcast.
It is episode 86.
86, the year we were born.
Mm-hmm. And part 4 of our series on our Walt Disney World trip.
Well, I think from what you told me, we hit a record, I believe, in the longest episode.
Yeah, we're so far, we have recorded like 2 weeks in advance worth of episodes.
I'm totally lost.
So the episode that's dropping this week is an hour and a half long.
Yeah, because which we thought about splitting it up, but we're like, we don't want like we're already going to have a month. We don't want over a month's worth of episodes about this. But it's just...
There's so much to cover.
There's so much to talk. Like, yeah. And we wanted to like record it. I guess we could record... Well, okay. What I was going to say. We wanted to record it while it was, more fresh in our minds. At this point, we've been home for a week and a half.
Week and a half. Yeah.
A little over a week.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it feels like so much longer.
It felt like it was so long ago.
But so we want to record our thoughts while they're fresh in our mind, but I guess we could
spread it out,
post this one down the line a little bit. I don't know, but
I already said it's episode 86. I'm sticking with it.
You did.
I'm not stopping 100. This recording.
But as we'll talk about in this one, it's just like a lot of opinions change, and it was just, I don't know. We just have a lot we want to talk about.
Yeah.
If you want to listen, then great. If you don't, then okay, that's fine too.
Yeah, I didn't think, we kind of recorded here and there while we were there, and I didn't think we would have that much.
I didn't either.
But a couple of them, we were getting ready in the hotel, and we were just kind of chatting or walking on our way to somewhere, or we're sitting in the airport. And then, the part 1 was about 30 minutes. Part 2 was an hour and a half.
Well, because part 1 was only through the first day, right?
Yeah.
Because we had more because we recorded in our, the first night. So we recorded a little more. And then with TJ.
Yeah.
Where then the rest was all of the day, the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
And
we didn't want to split it up to 2 more or 3 more parts.
I just didn't want too many episodes about this. So it's just a long one.
Yeah.
And
so if you enjoyed it, great. But we probably won't be doing long ones like that for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really long.
I haven't listened to it. And I do want to listen to those because it was, us in the park. And I don't really remember, even though it was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we did it that, so we could listen back and see what we were doing. But the last episode that aired before this, we were just talking about the resorts.
Yes.
And again, we thought, okay, let's just have one episode where we're just recapping our thoughts about the resorts and the parks. And then we talked a lot about the resorts, and we were like, okay, we're going to need to do another one. Just because it is. And I know that our first trip was oh my gosh, we didn't realize how different Disney World was and just how it runs and the feel and things like all of the on-site properties you can stay at. It's just so different.
Yeah.
And so we realized that the first time, and since that first time, we have started a podcast. We've gone to Disneyland more than ever before in a year.
Yeah.
We've met a lot of other, Disney podcasters, Disney creators. We've, talked to other people with accounts. People go to Disney World more. And so we've just learned a lot more about it. And then so now going back for a second time, more comfortable, but still seeing so many differences. And so we just had a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. And I think last week, you nailed it on the head with the word redemption.
Redemption. That's the word that kept coming to my mind our entire time we were there.
Yeah.
It like well, like we talked about last week, Grand Floridian may have, well, definitely for you, and mostly has topped for me our favorite resort.
Yeah.
Over the Disneyland Hotel, but for me, it's kind of like tied because they're so different.
They're very
so different.
Yeah.
But just the overall feel, like you said today, and you've said a few times since we've been home, like, oh man, I want to go to Disneyland now. I want to go back to Disney World, and I can't.
Is it, or is it because the kids have been getting on your nerves lately?
No, no, I want to take them. Like I want.
Well, yeah.
And I think because I don't want to go down to Disneyland and do like a day thing. I want to go back to that feeling of being like an all-inclusive
on
vacation resort feeling. And I think partially because we go to Disneyland so much, it doesn't always feel like that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great and I love it, but like, because this was different and a little more special because it's harder for us to get there, it's across the country for us. And typically you're going to stay longer because there's more parks and all of that. That's what I want. Like, I want to like stay at a resort that has a refillable mug and where we can.
Speaking of refillable mugs,
sit on the beach and look at the humongous castle.
So another thing that Disney World does that Disneyland doesn't do, I guess we can just start getting into.
Let's
just get into it. But I saw this post I'm on a Grand Floridian Facebook group. That's how deep this goes now.
That's how much he loves it.
But it was mainly because when I was planning this, I want to know, like, what does it look like? What are the different buildings, the views, all that stuff. Someone had left their refillable mugs and their popcorn bucket, because popcorn bucket, you don't get free refills, but you get a discounted refill.
Right, which we figured it out while we were there. We were just walking through and talking about it. You would have to get popcorn. What did we figure out? Like 5 or 6 times in order
break even.
To like make, and it still would be like if you got popcorn every day and you were there for 4 days, it's like break even. I think at 5 days it was like you saved 25 cents.
That's right.
It was, I don't know now, don't quote, I don't remember the specifics, but it was not like, oh, this huge savings. The nice thing, probably you just get that, but then you have to carry around the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, you do save money with the mug, with the drinks.
Yes, if you were there more, I think we said last week, more than like 4 days, I think we figured out. And if you're a coffee drinker, and like me, I got hot chocolate several times. We got soda a few times because we ate at the resort. Now, if you're not going to be at the resort that much, maybe it's not as worth it.
Yeah.
But
anyways, going back to the post I saw,
somebody,
because our refillable mugs were good for free refills until like the mid of
March 6th. So
March 6th.
Let's go back and get some coffee.
People, these people at the Grand Floridian made a post that we left our mugs and our popcorn bucket by our room. We just checked out. Whoever sees us, you're free to take them and use them.
I get that you could wash it, but
I mean, it's like,
no, I'm not going to do that.
If they last a long time and you want someone to be able to use it, and you don't want to bring them home, because what's the point of bringing them home? Because you're not going to use them.
Matt from Disney World is awesome. Would beg to differ, because
I know, but if we go every time and we have to buy a new mug every time.
No, I mean, we brought ours home because we just did. And we knew our kids would like them, but that's very generous that their heart is in the right place. I just can't imagine how much I would want to clean it.
That's a good point.
That feels weird.
It does feel a little
And popcorn bucket, bucket, not as much, but a mug. For me personally, I'm just like, but anyways, yeah.
So
I've seen people do that with like strollers and stuff there.
yeah,
They'll buy like a cheap stroller and be like, hey, we left it.
Yeah.
Like anyone who wants it can go pick it up here. You know, this is where it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about the resorts last week. Mm-hmm. So the parks.
And again, okay, should we start from the beginning? Epcot?
Yeah.
I knew in our first trip that we would like Epcot more a second time.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were just things in that day that I knew were affecting the trip that had nothing to do with the park. Like you were hurt.
Yeah.
It was raining, quite a bit. Just some other things with the kids were kind of melting down. We didn't know where we were going, so I was just like, I know I'm going to like this park another time. Mm-hmm. And I did. We still didn't get to go and just like wander through the countries as much as we wanted.
Yeah.
And I don't even really know why. It just kind of happened. And I don't know. I was trying not to like stress about anything and just go with the flow. So we were like, oh, we could go ride this ride. And oh, now we have our virtual queue for this. And oh, now it's lunchtime. Where do we want to eat? And we just didn't we didn't really get to go through Italy too much. We met TJ back there, but we didn't get to go through. We went through China a bit. America, kind of, not really. Like we didn't go into any buildings. Canada, we really didn't. And I'm like, that was like what we wanted to do, but we still did a lot. We wanted to do a lot. Mm-hmm. We wanted to eat a lot and drink a lot, which we did. Yeah. Still not nearly as much as we wanted to.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it when we had a question box asking about food in different places. We did an episode a few months back and someone commented about I can't remember the name of the place now, but it's like Werther's.
Oh, the Werther's store. Yeah.
We walked by and we were about to go in, but then we were on our way to our virtual queue for Cosmic Rewind. Yeah. And it smelled, oh my gosh, you guys.
It was so amazing.
Amazing, but also
they were making fresh caramel popcorn.
It smelled so good.
It smelled so good. I wanted to get it back.
Very
I was
strong.
hungry.
And it was at the end of the day. And at that specific moment, I was like, nothing sounds good. Like I had just eaten, I think I had just had the moonshine drink, which was really good. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I can't think of anything. Like nothing, this smells amazing, but nothing specific sounds good. So we didn't end up getting anything there.
Yeah.
The brioche ice cream thing I wanted, I got. And that was so good. Mm-hmm. I thought it was so good. The drinks we got.
We ate so much.
We ate a lot of good.
I was stuffed by the time that we left at the end of our trip. Like I didn't want to eat anything.
Yeah, you didn't want to eat anything on their travel day home. I was like, I feel gross, but I'm still hungry. Well, and that was another thing. I don't know if I've already mentioned this, so I'm sorry if I did, but I think I did. Our first trip, it was a lot of we don't know where we're going. Kids are hungry. Kids are grumpy. Let's just grab, okay, here.
Let's grab some hot dogs.
It was like, oh my gosh. Or, lots of chicken strips and fries. And like we've said.
I still had chicken strips and fries multiple times.
Well, but you had them at the hotel. They were good at the hotel.
Good. Yeah.
But we've talked about this several times where when our first trip with our kids, the fridge broke in our hotel. So we had bought a lot of things for lunches for the kids and us. We were going to pack our own lunches a few days too, because we were there for so long to save money. The fridge broke. So, we had cheese and turkey and, stuff for our sandwiches and things that we're not using that. Some stuff was saved, but not a lot. So we were spending a lot more money on food than we had planned. Mm-hmm. So we were going over budget. So a lot of times we would just be like, okay, let's just get chicken strip and fries and everyone share. Or this time, so my thoughts on the food were I didn't get anything that was oh, this was so good, except for the Gaston cinnamon roll. Mm-hmm. Where this time, everything I ate was good. It's we had, now I'm going to skip around in the parks, but sticking with Epcot.
Except for your drink.
Except for the drink that just personally I didn't like.
Yeah.
Where did we eat lunch in Epcot? Oh, we had Mexican food.
We had the
Mexican. Really good.
The tacos
they
were super
really good. Tacos, really good. Beans and rice.
Mm-hmm.
And then dinner we ate in China. They had a really good orange chicken.
Yeah.
Like it was like the crisp of it was just so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what else. Everything we had in all the drinks except for the margarita that I personally didn't like was really good. You
had a Nutella waffle.
In Magic Kingdom, the Nutella waffle is really good. I mean, it's Nutella and fruit, but the waffle is a good,
really good
Disney waffle. Like I don't know their recipe, but it's just good. We had the crispy chicken waffle, the spicy, crispy,
sweet and spicy chicken waffle,
which is also from the same place from Sleepy Hollow. I loved it.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was so good. I had forgotten until I listened to TJ's recap about the cheeseburger.
Oh, the spring rolls.
Spring roll. Egg roll?
Spring rolls.
That I see on social media. I wanted to try and I totally forgot. Didn't get that. But we had Gaston cinnamon roll, which was good. There was something else where I was like, oh my gosh, we had eaten here before, but our first night at the Riviera, their quick service restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I think we got with the kids, we got pizza or something and it was really good. But this time you and I shared a burger.
The burger was really good. Oh my
goodness. Like I talked about our Disneyland recap, the burger from the quick service at the Disneyland Hotel.
Tangaroa Terrace.
Was like, oh my gosh, this might be my favorite burger. Mm-hmm. This one at the Riviera is like tied with it. Like so good. And I'm not like a huge I crave a burger. But those two, oh my goodness, they were so good. Yeah, just like everything we had other than the drink. The drink was the only thing that I had that I was like, I don't like this. Mm-hmm. Everything else we had was really good.
Kona Cafe breakfast.
The Kona Cafe, that was good.
Tonga toast.
Yeah, I had the Tonga toast, which is like a banana filled French toast with a strawberry compote. Mm-hmm. It was good. I didn't get the French toast feel for it. It just felt like a fried piece of bread with like a banana filling, but not like the French toast. Like I didn't get like the cinnamon and nutmeggy feeling of the French toast, but it was still really good.
Yeah. We had our Magic Kingdom day, which was kind of a slower day, slower start to the day.
Yeah. We just got Mickey waffles, the quick service Mickey waffles.
Gasparillo's Grill.
So good.
Mickey waffle, yeah.
I don't know their recipe for their waffles.
I know. It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah. They had good bacon. The bacon was really good.
Yeah, the bacon throughout the whole resort was really good.
Bacon was good. We had reservations for Tony's
Town Square,
but we ended up canceling them because at that point, that was the last day. We just didn't feel like heavy Italian food, and so that's when we got
the spicy chicken waffle.
That's when we got the spicy chicken waffle.
We shared one.
No. That was earlier. That was for lunch.
Oh, that was Wednesday.
That was Wednesday. I don't know. It was someday. We went to somewhere in Frontierland. Oh, we went to Pecos Bill.
Pecos Bill. Yeah, that was good.
Really good.
That was really. I got the chicken and rice bowl.
And I got.
You get tacos?
Tacos?
I think so.
I think I got tacos. And it was just, they were really good.
It was good. It was really good.
Everything I had, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm living best life. This food. Yeah, I think too, Disneyland, we often, especially when we're with the kids, go to the same places we know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this, we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everything was good. Where I feel like our first trip, it was like, I didn't have any food that was good. Except we had the quick service at Riviera. I remember being like, oh, this place is good. And Gaston's cinnamon roll was or the cinnamon roll at Gaston. I don't think it's called the Gaston cinnamon roll. It's just the cinnamon roll at the Gaston's Tavern. But that's what we call it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe other people call it that too. I don't know. But that was really good. But that was kind of the only thing that was the standout. We didn't have anything that we were like, oh my gosh. And this time it was everything I had. I was just this is good. I was very happy with all the food.
Yeah, all the food
choices.
Drinks were good. Yeah, so that was redemption number one.
Yeah, the food. As far as like Hollywood Studios, we were only there for half a day. Okay, wait. I'll just ask. I have questions I want to ask you, so I'll just randomly throw them in.
Okay, ask me away.
What's your least favorite park?
What's my least favorite park?
At Disney World.
At Disney World. What is there? There's Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of leaning towards Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, me too.
Because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, that's like the best one.
Yeah.
Because it has a lot of the thrill rides. But there's a lot in it that's here in California.
Mm-hmm.
You have Galaxy's Edge, which is the biggest thing.
Star Tours.
I
do wish we had a Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
Which is basically all we did. We spent pretty much the whole time in Toy Story Land.
Mickey and Minnie's.
Yeah, we have that.
Obviously don't have Rock and Roller Coaster.
Which I didn't get to do because it was closed.
It was closed.
Tower of Terror was
like
let down. I'm sorry. I used to love it when it was here, but I was just like, wow, yeah, Guardians
is so much Mission Breakout, like so much better.
Yeah. I also think like as far as like if it was between two, it would be that and Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom, I love the Tree of Life. Like it's so cool, and I'm bummed we didn't go to that park at night. That was another thing I had.
The reason why I didn't
tacos.
say, because a lot of people will say, "Oh, Animal Kingdom,"
because there's not much to do.
The reason why I didn't say that because it's so unique. It's
so different, and people are like, "Oh, it's just a glorified zoo." True, but it's like then there's Flight of Passage, and there's, there are rides.
As much as we hate on Navi River Journey, it's pretty cool.
What?
Well, I mean, the technology. Let me say it the technology.
We didn't go on it this time.
No, we didn't. But yeah.
I mean, I remember thinking it was beautiful.
Oh, for sure.
This is beautiful, and then it was just over.
It was just over.
But like Flight of Passage,
amazing. Yeah.
We didn't go into Dino Land. But we didn't see any animals this time. Well, we did. We saw a few, but we didn't go and see any like of the bigger animals.
Everest was.
Oh, it has the safari.
Amazing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Which we didn't do. Everest was so fun. Like it's just so different than the other parks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember when we went with the kids and the Tree of Life at night was just so cool.
Yeah.
And like, so that's why. Yeah. That's why it's not my least. And Hollywood Studios, nothing is like amazing to me.
Yeah.
Toy Story Land is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we had a Toy Story Land. I really liked Woody's Lunchbox. If we get to take the kids back, I want to take them to the Roundup Rodeo because we had reservations for that, but decided to cancel because we're like, you know what? It's a lot of food, but just for the two of us.
I'm glad we did because if we were already feeling stuffed, I'm sure we would have been
I'd rather,
even worse.
Even though it would be a lot cheaper if it was just me and you and not all of us, I'm like, the kids would get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So we're like, but yeah, I'm just like, I didn't feel the need to stay.
Me either.
Which at Animal Kingdom, I didn't really either. But yeah. I just, if obviously Rock and Roller Coaster I wanted to do really bad and it was closed. But yeah, Galaxy's Edge, we had just spent quite a bit of time there in Disneyland with your family, so we didn't even go into that. But I was okay.
Yeah.
Now Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's still... Things I like about Magic Kingdom. I like that the walkways are so much wider.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, like we were talking about going and doing something and it was towards the end of whatever day. And we were like, oh, we could go. We're like, oh, that's all the way over in Frontierland. Because in Disneyland, because it's so much smaller, if you're like, oh, it's over by, New Orleans Square and we're by the castle.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not that far.
No, that's not.
I mean, it's like you know, if you're going to go down by like Hungry Bear or Winnie the Pooh.
I made the trek from the Emporium to the to Pirates to get the Waffle Cristo in the rain.
Oh, well, we weren't at the Emporium, babe. We were at
we're in Tomorrowland, or we were walking.
No, we were on Main Street, but we were like right after Refreshment Corner. So we were at the beginning. Like we weren't too far down. But yeah.
That same, like going from you know, the beginning of Main Street at Disney World to somewhere similar like Adventureland or Liberty Square.
Oh, it would take you so much longer.
So far.
Yeah, so because it's so much bigger, it's like, oh, we just want to go grab a cinnamon roll at Gaston's Tavern. You're like, oh my gosh, that's like way back there. So that is like, I don't like that. It's like, it's easier to, I remember that the first trip, because when we first got there, Magic Kingdom, we were going to like head over to Big Thunder, but you were going to get us coffee because we did not sleep at all the night before. And I was trying, and we were like, oh, well, it's just in Frontierland. Like we thought we knew, you know, the lands are probably the same. And I got like lost, and it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
It still does not have like as quaint a feel.
Yeah.
As Disneyland. Like Disneyland just feels more quaint. Like Main Street isn't as charming. Main Street isn't as big. It's not as wide. The buildings aren't as tall, but it feels more, charming and quaint and homey.
Yeah.
It feels a little more homey than a big theme park. I still want to think Magic Kingdom doesn't feel like a huge theme park to me, even though it is. They both are, but But
one thing, you know, Disneyland, what I love about it over Disney, and we're just supposed to be talking about the opposite.
Well,
but
it's your opinions.
Disneyland has so much more greenery, like so many more trees. You know, it feels more established.
Well,
it's, you know,
it's older,
20 years older than Disney World, but it just like not Main Street, but like the hub in front of the castle at Disneyland, you have the big trees that overhanging everything. You don't really have that Disney World mainly.
Yeah, there are trees, but it's more spread out, so it doesn't seem as much. It might even be as the same, but because it's so spread out, doesn't feel as much. But I will say, I said it a little bit last week. The castle.
I know.
It's
amazing.
It's amazing. And like, I love that you're like I took pictures from Frontierland. The sun was setting. It was like the moon was out. It was a full moon or close to full. And of the castle, it looked so beautiful. And we're all the way over in Frontierland by like Tiana's.
You see it from everywhere.
You see it from everywhere. We see it from our resort. You know, like it makes you still feel like you're there. I don't know. It just feels really special. We're like Sleeping Beauty's castle. I love it. It's the original. Walt Disney walked through it, but he wanted it bigger. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I really do. Like, I love the Disney World castle. I'm going to say they're tied.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it takes the place, but they're tied. Like, yeah. Last time we like really didn't like Tomorrowland, and this time it was like, oh no,
it's just different.
It's just different, you know. It's it is like, because it's so much bigger. It's like there's several ways. It feels like there's several ways out of the land, and you're kind of like, wait, is this walkway? Oh wait, no, that's like. You know, that's the way we came in. I thought that was the way out. Oh, no, this is like it's a lot bigger, but that's just because we're not used to it, you know? But overall, my opinions, mainly Magic Kingdom was the one that I had the hardest time with the first time. And my opinion did really change on it. Like, I liked it a lot more. I liked Animal Kingdom the first time. I liked Epcot the first time. It was just a rough day.
Yeah.
And I still liked both of those. Hollywood Studios, my opinion, kind of stayed the same. Like, has some cool stuff, but it's not my favorite. It's just like...
It's just laid out kind of weird.
Yeah, there's no, like, you go down different pathways, but they're like dead ends.
Yeah.
And so then you always have to just, like, backtrack.
Because everything else is
like a super... I don't get a feel from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much.
Yeah.
But also I know there's like restaurants that are good that we didn't get to go to, shows that we didn't want. Well, we did the Indiana Jones show the first trip with the kids, and that was really cool. We decided not to do it this time, but I mean, that is cool. Like, I do wish we had like a big show like that. Oh, and they have Fantasmic, which we went back and forth on.
Yeah.
Because we miss it and we haven't seen it in so long. And in Disney World, it's like an amphitheater. So
yeah, they have
that's
their own
cool.
theater for it.
Because in Disneyland, it's like you could easily get, you know,
they have
not
the
be able to
Beauty
see.
and the Beast Day show as well.
Yeah, like so much that we didn't get to do. And so my opinion, you know, maybe next time we'll have more time for shows and Hollywood Studios will like go up.
Maybe we'll do a full day at Hollywood Studios and a half day at Epcot.
Maybe, because if we have the
well,
kids,
I guess if we have the kids, then
like
yeah.
if you have little kids, I could see doing a half day at Epcot.
For sure.
If you're focused on like, all right, let's not push them because we want to go through all the countries. Let's let it be about the kids. I could see doing a half day at Epcot. That's where we just need to be like, all right, we need to go when Jack is old enough to keep an eye on the youngest one. And so then that night we're like, okay, stay on the Skyliner. It's an easy trip back, or in walking distance, like at the boardwalk or something, and be like, all right, we're going to go in to Epcot for dinner. You watch your sister. But okay. What is your favorite park?
I really enjoyed Epcot.
Yeah, you kept wanting to go back.
I kept wanting to go back. I wanted to do Cosmic Rewind again. It is my all-time favorite ride right now. Like, it has overtaken Space Mountain for me. Disneyland Space Mountain.
That's crazy.
You know, mind you.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll go to Disneyland here in a couple of months and ride Hyperspace Mountain and be like, nope, this is my favorite.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that'll happen.
Cosmic Rewind is just, it's too amazing.
I was just going to say something that I like better about Disney World. And now I don't remember. More shows? More. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The fact that, I think I may have already said this too, but like the fact that the castle is so much bigger, it's easier to see, like, for the fireworks.
Yeah.
I still got blocked, but still, I'm short. It's easier to see. I like that. And I like, because that was going along with the more shows. Like, I wish we had like an Indiana Jones show, something like that.
Yeah.
And then also then we have Small World.
That's true.
And so there's other viewing areas with projections at Disneyland, which is good too. So then that's, we got that. But anyways, okay. So you said Epcot.
Yes. What about you?
Yeah, I think probably. Well, I mean, it would probably be tied with Magic Kingdom, depending on like, okay, is it me and you? Let's go to Epcot.
Yeah.
Is it us with the kids? Let's go to
Magic Kingdom.
Let's go to Magic Kingdom. But the castle.
I know, but also I was going to say the Epcot Bowl.
That's what our kids call it.
The Spaceship Earth is so unique.
Is so cool, and at night it is so cool.
Yeah.
It really is. The way they do the lighting on it, and it is, I could sit there and watch it forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean.
And we missed out on the fireworks show.
Yes, we did, because we were on Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we missed that. We saw the fireworks from Pop.
Yeah.
And Riviera. We were like going on the Skyliner and we could see the fireworks the first night we were there, but we didn't get to see it actually in the park. So that kind of leads into another question. What's your favorite icon So there's in each park there's like the icons. So there's the castle,
Yep.
Spaceship Earth,
Mm-hmm.
or Epcot Ball, Tree of Life,
Yep.
or in Hollywood Studios it's Tower of Terror.
Terror. I would have to say it's between Epcot, Spaceship Earth, and the castle. Obviously,
it's hard.
It is really hard.
One.
I like Epcot where how everything is symmetrical. Everything that they built is just very symmetrical around Spaceship Earth. Everything is very even, and I like symmetrical things.
Clean lines.
It's very pleasing to my eye. And the castle just, obviously just so big and
it's so great.
Beautiful.
That's what he says about me too.
Not the big part. Not the big part. I'll put that on record right now.
I'm just kidding.
I do not say that.
You're so big and beautiful.
I do say that you're beautiful all the time. But you're not big. Anyways, Spaceship Earth. I'm going to go with Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
You're going to go with the castle.
I mean, I can't not. But then after that, it's Spaceship Earth and Tree of Life are close.
Yeah.
Second, both tied second. They're tied for second, and they're really close to the castle. I really like the icons.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're really cool because they made them and were able to make them so big. It's just like, they just stand out.
California Adventure doesn't really have one.
They usually use the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, that and Grizzly Peak. They've used that. Grizzly Peak. There's 3 that I've seen. Grizzly Peak, Ferris wheel, and Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
Not Carthay Circle, not as much.
Yeah, but I've
usually
seen
those
it.
2.
Yeah. So yeah, the castle is number 1, but then, yeah, that was like from our first trip too. I was just like, I love all the icons, except for Tower of Terror. I'm just going like,
Yeah.
It, like I said, I think I said last week. I can't remember if I said it, but it is cooler than it was out here.
Mm-hmm.
Tower of Terror, because it looks more, it's bigger, it looks more like a hotel.
Yeah.
It's cool. What was your favorite day? I'm assuming it was our first Epcot day. But
that was pretty cool. Also our Magic Kingdom day was really good.
The last day?
Not our last day.
Oh, not the last day. That wasn't the last day. You're right.
The like main Magic Kingdom day where we had the after hours.
Oh, yes.
That was really neat just because we were at Magic Kingdom when it was like peak people.
Yeah.
And to go from that to where it was like hardly anybody was pretty neat. But I would have to say our Epcot day, our first day.
Yeah, that was a really good day. Okay. Favorite thing you ate?
Favorite thing I ate? Well, it wasn't a churro.
No, we didn't have a churro.
I didn't have a churro.
We didn't waste our time on that.
Favorite thing? The barbecue brisket from Woody's lunchbox was really good, even though it tore up my stomach a little bit later that day. That was really good. The ice cream from France was really good.
It was so good.
I just had an ice cream cone.
How
But
about favorite
really good.
treat? You didn't have a lot of treats.
No, I didn't have a lot of treats this trip. I would say the ice cream from France.
Favorite thing you ate overall?
No,
or
the
favorite treat?
Favorite
Okay,
treat. Favorite thing I ate as far as like regular food.
Yeah.
I would say the barbecue brisket
Yeah.
sandwich from Woody's Lunchbox. That was really good. What about
That's
you?
in Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my favorite treat was obviously the brioche glacé or whatever from
France.
the ice cream shop in France. I want it right now so bad. Just like, it sounds heavy, and Tim was like, "That looks so heavy. I don't want to try it." But it didn't feel heavy. Like, I got the white chocolate coconut with chocolate. Oh my gosh, I want it so bad right now. It was so good. So good. So that's in Epcot in France. Meal, I had like so many good things. Because then too, the little taco stand that I got some.
Oh my
street
gosh. I totally forgot about the tacos, even though we talked about the tacos.
What taco? Oh, from Mexico?
From Mexico for lunch that we had on.
Yeah, those were really good. But I also had some street tacos at a little stand in Animal Kingdom. You didn't eat anything, but I ate.
Yeah, it was stuffed.
They were really good. And it was a stand somewhere. I don't know, you guys. I could look it up. If you really want to know, message us on Instagram and I'll tell you. Because I could figure it out. But yeah, those were really good. Are the tacos?
No, I'm gonna go back to.
We're gonna go back to the brisket.
Woody's. Yeah,
because I had the grilled cheese there, and it was a really good grilled cheese with the tomato soup. It was a better grilled cheese than the Jolly Holiday.
Oh wow!
It was. Like, even though I love getting a grilled cheese with tomato soup at Jolly Holiday, it's not my favorite grilled cheese.
Yeah,
it's like, it's good, and I like to like the feel of it, especially when we go and when it's cold. But it's not the best grilled cheese. This one had 3 different kinds of cheese.
Yeah.
And it was a better grilled cheese.
Yeah.
The tomato soup tasted the same. It was really good, but tasted the same. I think, like, what I want again, I mean, I'd eat all of it again, but what I'm like right now, just the first thing that comes to my mind is the spicy chicken waffle.
Oh yeah.
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 Like, it was simple, but it just tasted really good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or the burger.
Oh,
The burger you guys, I'm not a big burger person. Like, I'm really not.
what is that restaurant called? It's at Riviera. It's not.
It's the quick service.
It's a quick service.
I really wanted to eat
Not
at
Topolino's.
Topolino's. I wanted to eat there, but we couldn't get a reservation. And then it's like, we're not staying at that resort.
It's also character dining. I didn't realize that.
I knew that.
Breakfast is.
Oh, I'm looking at the Disney World. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to move my mic. Okay, let's see. What is it called? Where am I? Where am I? What? Okay, there's Epcot. So I want to go over here. I mean, that's Disney Springs, which we did not go to.
No.
We thought about it, but it didn't happen. We were way too tired. Oh my gosh, where am I? I can't find anything. I am lost. That's Magic Kingdom.
It's over. Where is it? That's Epcot. Port Orleans. We're trying to find it, people. Just hold on.
Here it is. Is that the Riviera?
Oh, I found it. Dining.
Yes, here it is. The Primo Piatto.
Primo Piatto.
We can order food right now.
Let's do it. It's only 12:30.
It's
in the morning.
Bacon cheddar burger.
Yeah, yeah.
But the sauce on it.
The sauce on it was really good.
Oh my goodness, what was it? It's a garlic mayonnaise.
It's like a garlic aioli
on a toasted brioche bun. Oh, it was just really good.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those two things is what's like sticking out to me is like, oh, I want to eat that right now. Okay. So we watched the fireworks 3 times, actually.
Yes.
This is my last question.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I want to end with this question. So I thought of one tip while we were there. It was random, but if you go with kids,
mm-hmm.
I've never done this, but I thought about it. when this happened. We were in line for Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
And a little girl behind us fell and hit her head on the railing of like where you're in line and got like hit it bad. Like I heard it and I felt it because I was leaning against the bar.
Yeah.
And got like a big old knot on her head. Yeah. And her mom wasn't freaking out by any means, but she was like, oh, yeah, that is. Oh, okay. Like, and kind of contemplating, do we need to get out of line? Mm-hmm. We were almost on the ride too. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had an ice pack. And we've been there. Like when Jack was like, what was he? He would have been like 3. He would have been 3. Mm-hmm. We were eating at Flo's. Yeah. California Adventure. And he just was like not even running. He just was like moving around our table to go to somebody else at our table. And he just slipped and he hit his head on one of the chairs. Yeah. And got a big old knot on his head. And I'm sure you can go to first aid. But I just thought, I'm like, they have those like little like travel size portable ice packs that you just crack, you know, and then, and I'm like, that'd probably be a good thing if you have like a toddler, or she wasn't a toddler. She was probably like 7, 8 years old, but like that might not be a bad thing to have. Yeah. Yeah. You know, just
put it in your backpack.
Just in case. And like, again, it hasn't happened to us that often, but it just popped into my head. I was like, I'm just going to share that because I just felt, and I think too, because I didn't have my kids with me, anytime I heard a kid cry or a kid upset, I was like more in tuned to it. And I was like, oh, she's crying. Oh, and I was like really upset by it. Where if my kids had been in line with me, I would have been sad and felt for her, but then I would have been distracted with my own kids. Yeah. But because I didn't have my kids, anytime I heard like a little kid crying, I like really wanted to help. I was like, I need to help them. So I was like really like, even after we got off, I was like, oh, I hope that little girl's okay. And I was like kind of looking for her when we got off to make sure she was okay. So anyways, random, probably not needed for the most part, but if you have an accident prone kid,
bring those first aid kits.
We had one in our glove box for a long time in the car, and just doesn't take up space. I'm probably going to get one next time.
Okay. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon for cheap.
I'm sure you can. And I just felt it was so sad.
I wonder if you can fly with those.
Oh, well, she had this big old knot on her poor little head. And then she's like, her dad's like, it's okay. We're going to get on the ride. You okay? And I was like, oh, this poor thing. She was all excited about the ride. And now she got a big old lump on her head. Okay, anyways.
All right.
Okay, so we watched fireworks 3 times. We watched them from the end of, or the beginning of Main Street, like when you first walk in the park. So we're looking down Main Street at the castle. We watched them from the dessert
party reserved area.
So
Hubgrass.
That's
what they call it.
Closer to
on the Tomorrowland
castle
side.
And then we watched from our resort.
Yeah.
So from Grand Floridian across, what's that lake called?
Seven Seas Lagoon.
Sure. Okay. Across that little lake, see the castle in the distance. We could see Space Mountain lit up, fireworks.
Yep.
I'm going to take out the beginning of Main Street one.
Yeah, that one didn't really count.
Yeah. So if you had to choose, you're going to watch from the Hubgrass.
Yeah.
Not worry about the dessert party.
Okay.
But like you're going to get a spot around that Hubgrass, in front of the castle or at the resort. What would you choose?
Oh, man, that's tough.
I know.
Because they're 2 very different experiences. If it's just me and you, and we don't have a whole bunch of kids, I would say for the Hubgrass in the park. Because it's easier. We don't have a big old stroller. We don't have all the stuff. We don't have all the kids with us trying to make sure they're happy and entertained and all that. If, as a family, with young kids, I would say at the resort, at Grand Floridian where we watched, because I think we talked about this last week.
I think so, yeah.
You can easily you watch the fireworks. I mean, you see it. I mean, it's big. Obviously you don't see the projections.
You can't really make pick out the projections, but you could see the castle changing colors.
Yeah.
Like at one point, it's the tangled part, and the lanterns go up, and you could tell that they were lanterns. Partially, yes, the music is playing and it's tangled music, but you could see a little bit. It's still not the same as seeing the full projections, but you could see the castle changing colors and some of the projections.
Yeah. Yeah, I would choose a resort with the kids just because you can watch it. You're not surrounded by tens of thousands of people.
No.
And you got your refillable mugs. You got like a nice little treat.
Be cozy. Like I changed into like your sweatpants.
Get in your pajamas, go sit outside, watch for 15, 20 minutes, and then you just walk right up to your room and go to bed.
Yeah. Like where we were in our building, the viewing spot was right outside of the building.
Yeah.
So we were back in our room. Well, I mean, we went and did we could be back in our room in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, with young kids and especially, I mean, Disneyland too, but Disney World, from my experience, from both of our experiences, getting out at the end of the fireworks at Disney World is so much worse.
Oh, it's miserable.
Than Disneyland.
It's miserable.
It's busy at Disneyland. You have the mass exodus at the end of the fireworks, but Disney World, for the times that we've done it, it was insane.
Yeah.
Like when we were going in, whatever night that was, where we just went in at the beginning of the fireworks and then we were going to ride a few things and then go back. And I'm short again. You were leading me through the crowd because everyone's leaving. We're going in and like I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Like if I would have had 4 kids with me for that, it would have made me very anxious, like just like a little panicky because it was shoulder to shoulder people all around us for as far as I could see.
Yeah.
Couldn't see a way out. Like, and I could have kind of panicked. Like if there's like an emergency right now and everyone panics, they're going to trample me. Like, so yeah, with like little kids and like at the resort, there were little kids out there and they're running around and like have space. And I mean, if you don't have a kid that's like, I really want to see it in front of the cat. Like if you've never gone, like I could see wanting to get a spot and seeing the projections in front of this beautiful castle. But if it's not as important to you, but you do want to see the fireworks and you have a view from your hotel, because not every hotel has, but yeah. I don't know. It's similar to what I was saying, how the Disney World, would I choose Magic Kingdom or Epcot? It's like they're totally different feels.
For sure.
So like if I want to be cozy in my jammies and then just go to bed after at 8:30, because that's another thing.
Well, with the kids,
fireworks are earlier at Disney World, which is nice.
With the kids, usually we're done by the time the fireworks come. And so that's usually the end of our day anyways.
We don't have night owls.
No, we don't.
So
speaking of,
I know I want to go to bed real quick. Another thing that I totally forgot about was when we left Epcot.
Yeah.
So we left Epcot.
Oh yeah. On our Epcot day.
And it was after, like the park had been closed for a little while. I don't remember what we were doing.
Well,
we were on Cosmic Rewind.
Our virtual queue went up to the end of the park.
Yeah. So the park had closed and we were still in line. And they had after hours that night, but we were at a deluxe.
Yeah.
But by the time we got to the Skyliner, the line was, I don't know how to describe how long it was. And I heard other people that go often were like, I've never seen this line this long.
But
like
it went
I'm
down.
trying to see if I have any pictures so I can see how long we waited.
It went down because there's a bridge that goes over to the boardwalk at the International Gateway there where the Skyliner comes in. The line went down it ended at near the boardwalk and then went along the bridge up the ramp to the Skyliner and switched back maybe 1 or 2 times before finally going into the gate with the Skyliner.
Yeah.
I think we waited about 45 minutes.
I think so. I have pictures of when we left Epcot.
But the Skyliner was also running really slow that night.
It was moving really slow.
Like there was a few times where we would stop or just move really slow. It would go for a little bit and then it would stop.
Yeah.
Go for a little bit and then stop. So I think that was probably another reason why it was so backed up, because it was just running slow.
Yeah. But anyways, we had like referenced it, I think, in last week's episode, something about, except for the night we left Epcot. And it was just, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm watching a video of them making my brioche ice cream and my mouth is watering. But yeah, so like definitely some changed opinions and
we've come to the conclusion that it's just different.
It's just different.
Like there's no one that's better.
There are things we like better at Disneyland. There's things we like better at Disney World, which was the case our first trip too. But this time I feel like it definitely came up.
Yeah.
There are more things that I prefer at Disney World, but also see how it wouldn't work. Just like I talked about the refillable mugs. Doesn't really work at Disneyland so much because people aren't staying as long. But like the security, I'm like, come on, let's bring that. The way you get in, the way you scan into the park, I'm like, oh my gosh, let's bring that here. But yeah, like we keep saying, just different feels. It's more of like an all-inclusive resort feel. Even when not just because we stayed a few nights at a deluxe, even when we were at Pop, it felt like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it was elevated a bit when we went to Grand Floridian.
A bit.
Okay, a lot. But I still got that feeling of being like on vacation at a resort at Pop.
Yeah.
More. I don't know. But
one thing we didn't really talk about was the Enchanted Rose Lounge.
Yeah, we talked a little bit.
We talked a little bit.
I think so.
But you were like, there was a drink that I wanted to try and you couldn't figure out what it was.
Because you had sent me a reel.
Yeah.
That someone shared about it. And I was like, yes, I want to go there. And she talked about a drink and you sent it to me on Instagram. And I checked all of my accounts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't find it.
It's the Lavender Rose. I remember sending it to you.
Well, then why didn't you tell me that when we were there?
I thought I did. I thought I said.
You didn't tell me.
I thought it was like,
there.
I think it's the Lavender Rose. But you were looking at the ingredients and you're like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh. I opened Instagram.
Is this NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
That was 98 Degrees.
Oh, even better. The third stepchild of boy bands from the 90s.
Oh, man. Yeah. Anyways, well, next time when we have kids, we'll go to the bar. Nope.
No, we won't. Well, I want to go back.
I do.
I want to go back really bad. I've been craving it.
I did want to go back after our first trip, even though it was so up and down and there were so many things that we didn't like. And that now we're like, oh, wait, they're not that bad or they're good or whatever. That's when we started planning.
Test Track. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
Did we talk about that?
I think we talked about Test
last
Track.
week?
I think so.
Did we? No, we talked about resorts last week, though.
I know, but I think we're all over the place. It's us.
But anyways, Test Track, I really enjoyed it this time. I wasn't going in comparing it to racers because I didn't know what to expect last time, and now I know what to expect. And so it was a lot faster than I remembered.
I had a dream that I was on Test Track actually last night.
Okay.
But yeah, it just so many things that we didn't like the first time, and this time we're like, actually, that's fun. Like, might not be our favorite, might not think it's better than Disneyland, but like definitely came up the ranks, like.
Well, after these past 4 weeks, we hope you enjoyed this breakdown.
We hope we inspired you to plan a trip to Disney World.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Now, we are not the Dreaming of Disneyland podcast.
No.
We are the Dreaming of Disney. So we are open to talking about anything Disney related.
Next, we're going to Tokyo.
No, we're not.
Well, I want to go to Tokyo because I want to go to all these new lands that they got.
I know. I've been wanting Tangled, Frozen. My goodness.
I know. It's going to be amazing.
The Tangled Bathroom. Tangled Bathroom Magic Kingdom. Best Disney bathroom.
Well, the rumor is that,
anywhere.
when they expand Disneyland, that they're going to bring...
Tangled bathrooms?
No, a Tangled and Frozen land.
Which would be incredible.
And bring what they're building in Tokyo to California.
That'd be great.
So
I'm up for that.
Because they have a Tangled ride.
Now just bring a new security, Skyliner, and refillable mugs, and you got me back, Disneyland. I'm just kidding. I didn't go anywhere.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this breakdown of our Disney World trip. And I don't know what's in store for us next.
I have no idea. We got to figure something out.
We might be doing some trips later, late spring, summer. I don't know. As far as content too, I have no idea.
I have an idea. I don't know how to go about it.
Well, we have some friends that have done some cool experiences. Maybe we'll bring them on as guests to talk about them.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. But if you like what you listen to, please leave us a review. We always love getting reviews, and we'll give you shout outs. And follow us on Instagram. You can find us at dreaming.of.disney.podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll chat with you there.
Yeah.
But until next time, we'll talk to you later.